have left for anything else. Please try not to damage anything this time.
Welcome to the final mystery, Jindosh.
Activation clockwork is scouted.
I hope you kissed your kids goodbye this morning.
I've heard crazy stories about Jindosh's mansion. Watch yourself. Who knows how they've been treating Anton? I think he's older than anyone I've ever met. He did it. How is he?
Frail and wounded, but he'll recover.
I didn't think it was possible. You must have a story to tell. I'll hear it back at the ship.
All right, the void again, but it feels different.
Surprised I can pull you into this?
What's she playing at? Maybe how is the question.
You're older. Perhaps next year.
You said that last year. Jessamine younger than me, and she's in court every day.
Because, well, it's complicated. We'll understand someday.
What did I do? I'll be good. I swear.
Next year, I promise.
During the day, Jessamine and I played games in the tower. But at night, I'd go back to the servants' quarters to cockroaches and thin gruel. Emperor Daddy would visit and tell me if I was good. Next year, I'd be old enough to come to court to be a princess. Then one day, pretty Jessamine broke something worth a fortune, and the spy master caught us. She claimed I did it, and he whipped me in the garden house until I bled. My mother lost her kitchen job, and that night we were out on the streets with no place to sleep.
I didn't break it.
Would you like to tell me who did?
We were just playing.
My name Jesse. What is your name?
It was her. Delilah's lie. She broke it.
Mother and I saw the nastiest parts of Dunwall, ending up in debtor's prison. Jessamine died quick on an assassin's blade, but my mother lingered for weeks after a fat guard broke her jaw. They threw me out when she died. I looked up at the lights of Dunwall Tower and swore revenge. Washing bed sheets in a brothel, I painted on the side, until Anton Sokolov took me as a student. That's the polite word for it. I was crafty even before the outsider marked me, and survived the worst the Empire could offer. Now it's your turn.
My mother's sick. She needs help.
Your mother kicked off while you were out begging. She's another bag of bones now, girl.
What? No!
Your sentence is served and she'll be tossed out with the others. You can't stay here anymore.
How much of this is true, and how much is Delilah's warped imagination? When I saw
I miss you, even in the void. If only I could.
Anton, you've had 3 days to rest. Tell me how to kill Delilah.
They tortured him. His body is covered with bruises.
Delilah has the throne and she has Emily. Anton, once we had you in a cage and you dared us to kill you, I need that man back.
Corvo, she's right. I can make electricity move from one side of the room to the other, but Delilah is beyond my understanding. When I came to Serkonos, I meant to leave everything behind. But when the assassination started, I couldn't ignore it. By the time Megan and I connected the murders to the Duke, it was too late. The Crown Killer came for me. It kept me alive from my knowledge, but I saw things. Jindosh often had a visitor, Brianna Ashworth.
The curator of the Royal Conservatory.
Yes, Ashworth is dangerous, as obsessed with the occult as Delilah. Apparently, she's working on a device called the Oraculum.
There's more to her than either of you know.
If Ashworth is one of Delilah's lieutenants, I need to eliminate her. Who knows what this device is capable of, or what she's up to. Delilah's powerful. How is it possible I haven't crossed her path in all these years? Before I leave Serkonos, Duke Luca Abel and I are going to meet face to face, and he'll pay for all this. Jindosh won't be making his army of clockwork soldiers. Shuttered to the public. Wonder what's going on inside the Royal Conservatory. The Duke's incompetence, or something more suspicious? The closest path to the Royal Conservatory should be through Syria Gardens.
We'll take the skiff. I don't want to bring the dreadful whale any closer than we have to. There is a small dock in Syria Gardens, close to the conservatory. That's as far as I can take you. Ready to go?
Yes, let's go.
There will be a Grand Guard presence outside the Royal Conservatory. Inside, be prepared for anything. Ashworth runs with an eclectic crowd. They'll be the real danger.
Someday I'd like to know more about how you met Ashworth.
I know you would. Trust me. Ashworth is important to Delilah. Which brings up something else. You might be able to exploit the Abbey of the Everyman in removing Ashworth from play. Turns out the Vice Overseer in Karnaca has been watching Ashworth from a hidden outpost near the Royal Conservatory. Check it out first if you want more options. Remember, if she's still working with Delilah, Ashworth is a grave threat.
Thanks, Megan. See you soon.
It takes. We'll be picking up balusters and spindles made of Serkonan umberwood.
I thought the old Duke Theodanis outlawed umberwood export to protect the trees.
Can't keep track of all the decrees. My client's refurbishing it is...
Don't get any closer.
Today is your lucky day, madam. It's the day you get to meet Pirate Betty in person. Time to pay the price if you want to live.
Never heard of her. Oh, wait, wasn't she a waitress down on the docks?
You must have heard the stories about Pirate Betty. About all the terrible things I've done to the fools who refuse to give up some trinkets or a bag of coins.
No, I've never heard one word about your exploits, but go on. What did you do to your marks? Give them a good tap on the nose?
For shit's sake, why do you have to ruin everything? I played my part when I was the victim. How are we supposed to attract any suckers if you won't play along?
You're the worst thug I've ever seen. Pirate Betty? My ass. You couldn't scare a seagull.
What a moving, tragic death. You're a far better actress than I am.
Welcome. Welcome to my shop. Say, an acquaintance of mine is supposed to be Welcome back. Please, take your time. No need to wrap it for you, I suppose.
Is someone there?
What? That's not right.
Look at the wall of light and climbed up to check it out.
Yesterday, the wind kicked up so hard I thought the windmill was gonna fall apart. The wall of light was flickering and sparking like crazy.
Run! Trouble over there. No use running. I'll tell you to Come on, let's finish this. Oh. There.
Who's there?
Who are you? Stop!
Wait
for me! I'm going anywhere! No! Off your later.
What's going on? What was the...
Careful!
Brianna Ashworth, curator of the Royal Conservatory. For a while, I believed Ashworth had some connection to the occult in Karnaca. Something is happening that I don't understand. The overseers are the forward face of the Abbey, but equally important are our sisters from the oracular order. To be direct.
Karnaca, my Karnaca, brothers and sisters of my blood, and all the little people who make this great thing. This is the Duke. Must all know my voice.
Melinda, you look great. Enrico said to give you his regards.
That donkey-faced cretin can open his wrists for all I care. Did you bring me something? The silver cigarette case like we agreed?
No, listen, I won't steal anything else. I'm lucky to have room and board at one of the finest places in Karnaca. I can't lose this job.
Oh, really? You like being a servant? Polishing and dusting?
The place smells of lavender and antique furniture. Not like the dust district where the soot makes your teeth gray.
Is that any way to talk about the place where we got our start, Beatrix? You're too good for street dust now. We'll see about that! No.
Somebody's down! Did you hear that?
Karnaca, my Karnaca.
You look great. Enrico said to give you his regards.
That donkey-faced cretin can open his wrists for all I care. Did you bring me something? Silver cigarette case like we agreed?
No, listen, I won't steal anything else. I'm lucky to have room and board at one of the finest places in Karnaca. I can't lose this job.
Oh, really? You like being a servant? Polishing and dusting?
The place smells of lavender and antique furniture. Not like the dust district where the soot makes your teeth gray.
Is that any way to talk about the place where we got our start, Beatrix? You're too good for street dust now. We'll see about that!
Ashworth is somewhere inside the Royal Conservatory.
They probably ran off, you ask me. Must have had a thing for each other.
No, she went missing a day before he did. And someone found an officer's pistol in the gutter. He thinks something else happened. Maybe they went inside. I think I spotted someone suspicious. This won't take long. What? No use running! Here! Don't let him escape! Time to collect this bounty!
What the? Smell. Hey, who is it? I'll be right here. Let's see what you got. What the fuck is going on here? That's it. Let's go. No. Get away. Later, I'll be laughing over rum about how you died. Let's finish it! Captain! You're
Disloyalty and sedition will not be tolerated. My friend. He's a patriot. A man who won't stop until he has turned every bit of this land silver and shiny coin. I asked him to double the number of mine workers, and he did it. No question. Claims. Karnaca needed...
need to find out how a sword through the heart wasn't enough to kill our new empress, Delilah.
After trying to make grave runs for weeks, she gave up. You should have seen the twisted things she made. All snouts and teeth and tails.
That's just the way it is, dear Carmelia. Cows to slaughter. Any of the gifts we receive is better than living under the boot.
That's true and fine. A wise way to look at things. But it won't help Lucinda rise any higher in Delilah's favor. Forgive me. No, my dear. It's a law. Fool. Never mind. How goes the communion? I am hungry to whisper into the ears of the oracular sisters.
My influence grows. Last night...
Vice Overseer Burns' suspicions were right.
I meant nothing to my fine family. Beyond an advantageous marriage and years of childbearing. They promised me to a man 3 times my age who wheezed on about our wedding night. But a curious thing happened on the way to the altar, Delilah. From the first time I slipped out of the manor in the
If I can sabotage Ashworth's communion device, she'll be powerless.
drinking wine on a rooftop, I was free. I visited my father's banker and raced away from my wife. Delilah, the covenant glory days.
Dunwall Tower is mostly in hand. The High Overseer...
Nothing here? Let's have a look around. There was someone. Can you stop bullets? I won't. Silver bullets for the likes of you. I'll flay the skin off your scalp. We have uses for old bones. This explains why the woman you call Megan Foster has been skulking around. I won't let him escape. I squeeze this trigger and you pass into the void. Razor Edge! You're true.
As if you could ever hide your face from me, Royal Protector. I see you there, back in the city that spawned you.
Brianna Ashworth is dead.
You murdering bastard! You had no right. You couldn't possibly understand what Brianna meant to me.
Just as I doubt you have any idea what I'd do to keep Emily from harm.
Perhaps I'll take a hammer to her tonight and drop the pieces over the side of a ship halfway to Pandysia.
I'm going to end your reign soon, Delilah.
Your sword can't still my heart, but I welcome you to try.
Ashworth's journal might tell me more about why Delilah can't be killed.
What the? Sisters! Brianna's been...
looking at her.
Delilah fell to the assassin Dowd. Her magic was lost, and the coven scattered. I made their new life in Karnaca. Then I heard her whispering from the void, leading me to the Duke, who heard those same whispers. Together we worked to bring Delilah back into the world. melted the assassin down. Her magic was lost, and the coven scattered. I made a new life in Karnaca. Then I heard her whispering from the void, leading me to the Duke, who heard those same whispers. Together we worked to bring Delilah back into the world.
With you.
One of us is down.
Where are you hiding? You won't get away!
Welcome. Welcome back. I see you found the prototype.
Your acquaintance didn't make it.
It is a risky line of work, I'm afraid, but let's not dwell. I expect you'll be interested in payment First your finder's fee, of course, and if you like, I can draw up some schematics based on the prototype, something you can use to modify your tools. And as a token of my appreciation, a discount at the shop.
A fair deal.
Come in, my friend. Always a delight to see you. No need to wrap it for you, I suppose. Bloodflies are worse here than any district in...
So it's done.
Yes, let's go. Take me back to the dreadful whale.